Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Greetings everybody guys, today probably we again will take a look briefly at the Great British Pound, and also I will show you the 4-hour chart of the Australian dollar, since there we have interesting pattern that could be useful for short-term trading, because many major currencies right now stands anemic and flat. For example, euro currency just expects the result of the negotiations on the Greek debt. That's why it's not very interesting to talk about the euro currency right now. Besides, yesterday we have discussed some short-term perspective of these currency pairs. Well, on the Canadian dollar, maybe something interesting will appear, but a bit later. Personally, guys, I expect some pattern on the weekly chart. Maybe this will be double repo pattern, maybe a brand bottom, but it stands on the weekly and it needs a bit more time to be completed. That's why currently, guys, maybe Great British Pound and Australian dollar look more interesting. So on Great British Pound, if you remember, our major expectation is the reaching of the 55.50 area. So we said that if market will do this, we will get the brand bottom sell pattern on the weekly. And currently the situation in general looks bullish, because as you can see, market has hit very significant resistance area. So it has completed this ABCD pattern, that is monthly pivot resistance one, also the weekly pivot resistance one, but it doesn't show any bounce down. So just calling around when market has hit the 1618 target, retracement was very small. As you can see, market just standing flat in this area. It's maybe building an energy for a possible breakout. In general, guys, I wonder if results on the Greek discussion in the European Union will result with nothing, whether Great British Pound rise or it fall. And somehow I think that if these negotiations on the Greek debt restructuring will bring us upset, and if it will end with nothing positive, no compromise will be found, somehow I think that Great British Pound could show the upward action in this case. Because as I said, the Great British Pound is the counterparty to the euro on the European stage, and that's why if the situation in euro will become worse, this is some sort of the equilibrium, then the Great British Pound could benefit from growing problems in the European Union. Well, but we will see. In fact, it will not be the strategy if market will hit 55.50 on the next week, but just to keep the purity of the pattern, we need to get the reaching of the resistance at the third close above the 3x3 moving average on the weekly chart. But if it will not happen on the next week, it will be already the fourth week after the crossing of the 3x3. It doesn't mean that the brand bottom will not work, but it will not be just as pure as it could be if reaching of this resistance, I mean the 55.50, will happen on the third close above the 3x3. So, but today it's still some time left, and maybe by the end of the day, when the United States session will open, market will show direction. Who knows? We will see. On the 4-hour time frame chart of Great British Pound, I do not see right now something really interesting. As you can see, market has hit the weekly pivot resistance one. Now it stands as a minor retracement. I don't see some particular pattern that could be formed here. Maybe this will be just wedge pattern that's now is forming here, something of that sort. Maybe market will form 3-drive pattern. That's also possible. Show retracement down here, and this could be the third drive to the upside, right to the resistance. Right now it's difficult to say, and in general, guys, it's not very interesting for us because it's too small room till the 55.50 area. It's very difficult right now to find the reason to take the long position with this target, especially when you stand below weekly, monthly pivot resistances. So it's better to wait when and if this will happen, and after that just think about the taking the short. That's safer and more attractive context for trading. Finally, as I said, I will show you also the Australian dollar chart. This is the 4-hour time frame chart of the Australian dollar. And here, guys, we have some hint on the double bottom pattern. We've discussed this already a couple of days ago, and right now you can see that's the first bounce, neckline, second bounce. Market right now shows some attempt to accelerate further. So if the breakout above the neckline will happen, in this case this could be a relatively attractive intraday setup, because the target will be approximately right here. So 80-40 area, so not really small move. It's approximately 200 pips to the upside based on the intraday pattern. It's absolutely not bad. Well, that's the second object for possible monitoring among the major currencies right now, because all other currencies, as I said, stands flat or shows nothing interesting right now. So let's keep watching. I hope that finally we will get this set up on the British pound for trading, and maybe the Australian dollar also will confirm this double bottom. That also could be attractive.